So there you go. So I have here a side of leather. This is 8-ounce leather. I'm going to make leather armor out of it. I got this for a really good price because it's really beat up. But for what I'm using it for, I don't mind that at all. So I'm making leather armor again. I have one of my t-shirts that fits me well. It's my Dallas Fire Department Cancer t-shirt. And I'm using it because it fits me well as a guide for my armor to figure out what size to make it. So I'm going to wet the leather a bit first, just with a spray bottle. And I'm on the back side right now, which is the rough side. It feels kind of like suede. This comes 13 inches down. I'm going to make sure it comes down the same 13 inches on this side. Got a set of leather shears here. These are leather shears. I get them from Tandy leather. I use them for everything. That's why they're covered in latex. They're just the best thing in the world for cutting leather, especially this thick. If you don't have these, you'll need to use a razor knife, and it won't be near as pleasant, especially on curves. And with that, I have the shape of my leather cut. That is the front. This is normally the smooth side. Like I said, this piece is pretty scarred up. I got it on sale, so it was not very expensive. I'm going to deepen the collar a little. This is just water, and I'm wetting down the leather so that it'll take those impressions again. I'm going to put a border around this just for looks. Alright, now I have my borders marked. The pattern I'm doing on this is just going to be a simple dragon scale. So I'm going to go ahead and mark all those out, and then I'll go ahead and working the pattern into the leather. Switching tools, this is just a fid. It's going to help me press a little bit harder. It's metal. I have two specialized tools now. And these are about $8 a piece from Tandy Leather. This is a beveler, and this one has some texture on it. They have a bunch of different kinds of bevelers. I got the biggest one they had that had some texture on it. I also have an Undercut Beveler. This is actually going to cut under the leather and lift these up so they're pretty 3D. So I'm just going to go ahead and start using them a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Basically, I'm putting the Undercut Beveler here on my line, and I'm picking up just the end of that dragon scale. Come to the other side. And my goal is to go almost up to where these two scales split on all of these. Alright, so that's this tool. Then I need to go over it with this tool, and it fits into the same right along that line. What it does is it really smooths out and puts a little bit of texture on that scale. Which really helps hide all the jaggedness of this. That's a nice, much smoother line. And even with these, I've got to keep my leather damp so I can be effective. Okay, this is a leather knife, and it's going to just help me score these lines a little better so I can get these tools in a little bit better, and I can go faster if my lines are cut as opposed to just pressed. So I've gotten a lot of questions about Hauntcast. I will not be stopping YouTube Wednesdays as soon as Hauntcast starts up. Hauntcast is additional. It's just another thing that I'm doing. It's audio only, so I don't think I could get across enough information. Taking the opportunity of all this fast forwarding just to fill you guys in on that. So, in addition to Hauntcast, if you subscribed, I will still be doing YouTube Wednesday. I won't stop this anytime soon. I want to put a little shout out here. I don't plug myself terribly much, but I will be speaking at the National Haunters Convention, which is coming up in Philadelphia. If you guys are in that area, please come by, take my class. I'd love to meet anybody. I'm on the forums a lot, so I know a lot of people from there, but I'd love to put some faces to names. So please feel free to introduce yourself if you're going to the National Haunters Convention. I will also be speaking in June at the Midwest Haunters Convention. Both of those classes that I mentioned, they do cost a little bit of money, but they're not terribly bad price-wise, and I promise you'll get your money's worth. I really hope that everybody leaves my class with at least one tip, hopefully more. If you enjoy YouTube Wednesday, you'll probably enjoy my classes. So I just wanted to put those two out there. National Haunters Convention and the Midwest Haunters Convention I will be at for sure. I went to the first West Coast Haunters Convention and I really enjoyed it. Just schedule-wise, I haven't been able to make it back. Um, love the show. If you're near the West Coast Haunters Convention, I highly recommend you going. I won't be there this year, but I'm working very hard right now to make sure that the next one I can get to, including trying to free a few things off my schedule. Um, really appreciate all the support for YouTube Wednesday. I'm kind of watching this along with you right now, just trying to fill in the time and the dead air, but it's also kind of necessary to give you guys a few of those updates. I don't consider myself a vlogger because I don't like, talking to the camera about whatever. I like doing the tutorials. So this is a chance for me in the middle of a tutorial while you're just watching what's going on to inform you. I know leatherwork doesn't seem like it's on the same track as a haunt stuff, but boy, does this have other applications. This you can do so many different things with leatherwork. In my monster museum, I have two snapping type plants, and I made both those heads out of leather. I wetted the leather down, I shaped it over a bowl, cut the teeth out, then I leather tooled it so it looked like it, had all this great veiny texture. There's a lot you can do with leather. Costuming, sets, all kinds of unique props. So I know this doesn't seem very haunty, but trust me, it can be. So my tooling is now largely done. I am still going to put some details in it, but I actually want to trim the corners up just so they're rounded. I'm only wearing this, so I don't want it to, the corners can get stiff. I don't want it to dig in or anything. So I'm just trimming the corners so they're nice and round. When it comes to putting holes in leather, you can use a drill press, but that actually gets a little bit messy, and a big piece like this, it's hard to get up onto a drill press. So I like to use a hole punch. Okay, this is just the rubber mat that I put under the leather when I'm punching. It saves my table, keeps my punch sharp longer. So I'm just going to get this lined up here. And I'll go back to my rubber mallet for this. And I'm kind of putting a couple holes where I think I'm going to want them. You can order these online. Tandy has them. This one is from Tandy Leather. I get a lot of my leather stuff from them. And they come in all these different sizes. They work great on latex. A hole punch is a great thing. You can either use them in order to make a hole, like I'm doing, but every time I do that, I get one of these little plugs that come out. And that is a good fake rivet to glue onto something. I'm actually just going to take one of these wooden skewers. I'll put some lines in the scales that just are going to add a little bit more detail to them. I'm going to go heavy at the bottom, kind of do some lines down from the top. Saddle tan leather stain. It's the antique that I use on everything. This time I'm using it on leather. I'm going to start on an unobvious place just to see how it looks. I think that'll be good. Brings out the depths, and then I'm going to hit it with the green also afterwards. But goes something like this, and of course it gets a little more form-fitted. So there you go.